Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. This is Kitabul Bariyya, the exoneration by Hazrat Masih Maud, and I want to read from page 83 what the promised Messiah says about, he compares here the concept of unity of Godhead in the Old Testament and in the Holy Quran. He says, this claim by the Paudris is wrong when they say that what is new in the Holy Quran regarding Tauheed, unity of Godhead, which was not in the Torah. And on the face of it, an ignorant person, when looking at Torah, he would say, well, Tauheed, unity of Godhead, is in Torah. And Torah also contains instructions about how to pray and rights of other human beings. But, and what is it that is new which is in the Holy Quran and explained through it? But this error that people fall into is an error that only those who've never reflected upon God's revelation, that they fall into it. To make clear that much of revelation of much of the revelation that was received is not found in the Torah. And thus it is that in the Torah we do not find the detail of unity of Godhead and the subtle difference between different degrees. It is only the Quran that tells us that unity of Godhead is not just that we do not worship idols or humans or animals or heavenly bodies or the devils. The Quran says there are three stages of unity of Godhead, three stages of our belief in the unity of Godhead. The first stage is just for ordinary people who do not want to anger God. The second stage is for those who are special, and compared to the ordinary people, they want greater closeness to Allah. And the third stage, or the third degree, is those special among the special who want perfect closeness to God. Yes, the first degree or the first category of unity of Godhead, of Tauheed, is that we should not worship anyone apart from Allah. And we should not worship anything that is created, whether it is on this earth or whether it is in the heavens. We should avoid the worship of such things. The second stage, a step up from that, is that in all our affairs and all the affairs of the others, it should be thought that everything is possible through God's help. And you should not stress, and listen to this, and you should not stress or depend on material resources so much that you make them as if they're included in Godhead. For example, if Zaid says, For example, saying that if Zad wasn't there, I would have suffered this loss. If Bakr wasn't there, I would have been destroyed. So, if these words are uttered with the intention that Zad and Bakr are truly the ones who avoided a person from a person from suffering this loss, then that means that that is shirk. That is including Zad and Bakr in Godhead with God. The third category of unity of Godhead is God's love. That one should take away, for the sake of love of God, one should remove from one's being, from one's soul, our worldly desires. And we should subsume and efface ourselves in His being. Now, where is this concept of unity in the Torah? Similarly, in the Torah, we find nothing mentioned about heaven and hell. Maybe there are some hints somewhere, but it's not clearly mentioned. And similarly, perfect attributes of God are not mentioned anywhere in the Torah. Had there been a verse in the Torah, like the one in the Quran which says, Kul huwallahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad, wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad, then the Christians would have been stopped from worshipping a human being. Similarly, the Torah has not laid out in detail the rights of others, but Quran has perfected this teaching. For example, the Holy Quran says, Inna Allaha ya'muru bil adli wal ihsani wa ita'i zil qurba. And that is that God commands you that you do justice. But you go further than that. And then you do good as a favor. But then you go further than that. And you serve people as those who serve others because of some love of closeness, as in the family. In other words, your sympathy for humanity, your sympathy for all humanity should be natural because of your natural connection with them, not because you're doing them a favor and you want a return. Your sympathy for the rest of humanity should be, or your love for the rest of humanity should be as a mother loves her baby. And then, and he says, similarly, the Torah does not prove the existence of God, His unity and His attributes by putting forward rational arguments. But the Holy Quran uses rational arguments to prove these things and to prove the need of revelation from God. And in every discussion or dispute, it has, in a philosophical way, explained things to seekers after truth. And all these arguments are perfected in the Holy Quran. And no one can produce any argument for the existence of God which is not to be found in the Holy Quran itself. That is all for today. Thank you very much for joining us for our service. I hope you benefit from it and that you will continue to send us your suggestions for improvement to our broadcast, because we are here to serve you. And we can only do that if you let us know what topics you want us to cover, and also whether there are any glitches or problems or weaknesses in audio or video that we need to improve. We really don't mind your criticism, such criticism that allows us to improve our service of you. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Khuda Hafiz. Goodbye.